Hello, 2.3a. Recall the slope m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We also know that y1 equals f of x1 and y2 equals f of x2. So we're going to rewrite this, changing and substituting our y's. So this becomes f of x2 minus f of x1 all over x2 minus x1. Okay, let's do an example you might see on your homework. So if they give you something like f of x equals 2x squared, then they say find the average rate of change. Find the average rate of change as x changes. So this is something new for you to see, as x changes from 1 to 2. Okay, so x changes from 1 to 2. So we're just going to have f of 2 minus f of 1 over 2 minus 1. Okay, now we're going to put the 2 in there. 2 squared minus 2, we put a 1 in there, 1 squared, all over 2 minus 1, which is going to get us 8 minus 2 over 1, which equals 6. So we found the average rate of change as x changes from 1 to 2 in the equation f of x equals 2x squared. Okay. Now, we're going to take this right here, and we're going to apply it to a graph. So here we have a graph. We're going to call this x sub 1 and this x sub 2. And we're going to make a curvy line again. So a curvy line. All right, if this is x sub 1, this right here is f of x sub 1. Okay, if this is x sub 2, then this is going to be f x sub 2. And right here is the slope of this line, and this line we call a secant line. And it is the average rate of change between these 2 points. Okay, now let's draw another graph. Same kind of graph. Make it really curvy. There we go. So I can show you an example. All right, let's say we have x. Here's f of x. Okay, then we come out here some h distance. I'm going to call this x plus h, because right here we moved it forward an h distance. Okay, so if this is x and this is f of x, here we have x plus h. So this right here is going to be f of x plus h. Okay, so we're going to draw this line right here, and that is the slope. We're going to find the slope. Actually, that's the secant line, which is the average rate of change. Okay, if we wanted to find the slope to that line, we'd say f of x plus h minus f of x all over x plus h minus x. Okay, let's go ahead and simplify this. F of x plus h minus f of x all over, notice the x's cancel, all over h. Okay, we call this right here the difference quotient. The difference quotient.